Who are you? Hey, it's me. Today I'm gonna be painting on outlet covers. Just out with it. No stalling, just say it. Painting on things. Painting on things. That was definitely a dance move in my recital when I was like 5. Anyway, you're probably not super familiar with what this is, so let me show you what one looks like. That's one right there. Look at it. Today I thought I would paint all of my outlet covers in my art room. There's not much left in this room that's plain, but the outlet covers, they're plain. The outlet covers are about yay big. I don't know why I have to do this. Every time I hold something on camera, I have to do this.
What's wrong with me?
So we're gonna have to get kind of creative about what kind of decoration we can fit in this kind of awkward space. So that's was that English? Cool. Let's paint on outlet covers. Hello from the underworld. Okay, let me give you a quick tour of my outlets. This one, this one, this one, that one. I'm gonna paint this also, as well as this internet thing. I did buy fresh covers because I was afraid to ruin the originals. They're so unique and clearly irreplaceable. No. So let's pop these open. Here's everyone. 2 regular outlets, 1 light switch, 2 skinnies, and 1 with an outie. Before I paint, I need to prep my surface, so I'm using this very fine hand sanding pad tampon. Tampon? Oh, that's French. Okay. Anyway, quick ASMR. Just taking some of that finish off, and this'll help the paint to adhere better. If you do this, make sure you wear a mask, like I was. Totally was. Now I'm gonna use this spray primer. Let me get on my crappy shoes. Don't judge them. We going on a journey. Oh, roadblock. What you looking at? Okay. The primer should just help the paint to last longer and be more durable. Sanding helps the primer stick. The primer helps the paint to last. It's all part of the process. Also, this was a terrible day to do this. It was super cold and very windy. The wind blew paint all over my camera. So I've spent roughly an hour on these at this point, and they look basically the same as they did when we started. Why does this look like a cartoon? I want to create a background color for each of them using these water-based spray paints. I bought them for something. I forget what that thing was, but today is the day I'm gonna use them. So I'm picking out a different color for each cover, and since there just happen to be 6 of them, we have just the perfect opportunity to make each of them a different color of the rainbow. Well, then I realized this set doesn't include purple. None. Magenta, sure. 2 different pinks, sure. 3 different blues, of course. But no purple. I'm scared. I decided to just order me some purple spray paint. So now I just have to wait a couple days for that to come in the mail. In the meantime, let's move on with the rest of them. I'm gonna be spray painting right here in my art room. Bad idea? Maybe. I don't have much experience with spray paint. This stuff is supposed to be easier to use because it's in smaller, more manageable cans, and it's supposed to be odorless. Oh gosh. I don't know why it says odorless. It actually did have a pretty fumey smell. Not as strong as regular spray paint, but it smelled bad. It smelled bad. But it's all I've got right now, so let's finish those off. Ooh, that's bright. Ooh. It did clean up pretty easily though, so that was nice. I had to leave these out to dry for several days before the paint finally cured, but now it's decorating time. I'm using my Posca paint pens, starting with the light switch cover, and I didn't actually have a plan from this point on. I was just using the background color as kind of the inspiration for the rest of the design. This one is gonna have a rainbow on it, but this is the only one, I promise. Also, a moon, stars, and a sun. Since it's a light switch, I thought I'd go with a day, night, on, off kind of thing. Second coat. So yeah, this kind of looks like something you would find in a kindergarten classroom. Yay. Not what I was going for though, so I'm trying to add some detail in there to give it a little bit more style and a little more of an artistic look. And I'm shading in basically the only way that you can with poscas, by adding little dots. I mean, you can also use cross-hatching, dashes, shapes. By the way, notice I use the entire rainbow in the shading for the clouds. I kind of like it. I chose to use the combination of poscas and spray paint because I was envisioning a really nice, smooth, clean finish. Minor problem with using spray paint in the background: if you make a mistake, it's not that easy to go over and fix it, because it's spray paint. Here's how we're looking, but I don't like certain dots that are on the background. Too many dots. So I'm grabbing a palette, spraying a little paint, and I'm gonna try to cover up those blemishes, that smooth, flawless surface that I was talking about. Yeah, this kind of ruins it. So I guess spray paint should be reserved for actually talented artists who don't make mistakes all the time. I'm okay. There. Before and after. Do you see that improvement? I don't think so. This one's done for now. Moving on to the orange outlet. For this one, I decided to cover it in a candy pattern. I'm honestly not a huge fan of this orange color. It's a really intense kind of orange. I would have liked it to be a little bit softer. That's another limitation of spray paint. You're gonna be limited with what colors you can use. Spoiler alert, next week I'm doing something else that involves spray paint, so I'm gonna get another dose of it then. But anyway, I just got this new posca pen that's like super thin. I guess it's the outliner. I'm trying all sorts of new things this week. This is quite nice. I enjoy it a lot. Throw a couple highlights on there to get a nice juicy look. And yes, I think this one is pretty cute. Loving those little gummy bears.
Oh, so cute.
Next is yellow. Yes, I am decorating these in the order of the rainbow. Was there another option? This one I thought would look good with some strawberries on it, so I added strawberries on it. Also, some strawberry flowers and leaves to make it a little bit more interesting. I think I first noticed people decorating these outlet covers on TikTok. I don't actually use TikTok, but I have seen TikTok art compilations on YouTube. And that's where I've seen people decorating outlet covers, which is where I got this idea. Speaking of other social media platforms, I posted a sneak peek of this outlet cover on Instagram as the hint for this week's video. Most people were able to guess what I was doing this week, although a handful of people thought that this was a toilet seat. I guess that means my face looks like... Anyway, follow me on Instagram or something. I don't know. I've been trying to build my Instagram. That was a really long tangent. I don't even know where that started, but okay, this one's done. Next is the green one. Oh no, this is where the trouble begins. So this is one of the skinnies. There's really not much room to work with. This was definitely a challenge because you have such limited space, and the space you do have is interrupted by, you know, a giant hole. But for this one, I just decided to go with some really simple little triangle banners. I used to paint these all the time, which is super cute and bright and cheerful looking. Old videos are great, aren't they? I messed this one up pretty bad. It's not hanging straight. So this was not super cute and bright and cheerful looking. I decided it was just gonna be best to paint over it and start again. So boom, repainted, we're starting over, and this time it's gonna be perfect with no issues, right?
No.
So you remember how I said I had to leave the spray paint to dry for several days? I had to leave these out to dry for several days. Well, I didn't really have that option when I repainted it because I gotta get my video out every Friday, so I didn't have an extra couple days laying around. I tried going in after just 6 hours of drying, and the poscas did not appreciate that. The paint was crack-a-lackin' a lot. No matter how I tried to fix it, the paint just kept on cracking. But I didn't really have the time to start over completely. This was just a loss.
Garbage.
We have to move on now to the blue. Ugh, another skinny. I don't like your kind. I tried something a little bit different for this one. I did like a little beach scape. This was definitely the fastest of all of them, but I think it's cute. And guess what?
It's here.
I'm finally going to throw some color onto this one, and after just a half hour of drying, this one is completely ready to be colored on with no issues because this was just regular spray paint. It wasn't this cute crap that takes 3 days to dry.
They're cute.
This one I definitely struggled to come up with an idea for. It has the most available space, but there's this thing to deal with. So I just decided to kind of try to use it as part of my design by drawing it as a tree branch, I guess, and making a cat walking on top of it. Although this made the purple background color kind of weird because, you know, why is the sky purple?
I don't know, okay?
Then I added some weird gradient-ish thing to the background to try to like style it and make it cool. I don't even know. I don't know how many people would want crazy colors and cat decorations all over their outlet covers. I definitely wouldn't want this in every room, but if you do have like a fun room or a basement, bedroom, dorm room, somewhere that has like a more relaxed kind of playful atmosphere, then I think that this can be really cute. And this one is kind of interesting. It almost doesn't look like something that I did. Like I feel like somebody else made this. I made this, right? I kind of like it. Okay, now that all the decorations are done, well, I'm not using this one though, so that can leave. That kind of sucks. It's okay, it's okay. I'm using my trusty Liquitex varnish to protect the paint on the rest of them. I actually bought some like heavy duty spray gloss, but at this point I was kind of tired of spraying things and messiness and fumes, so I just went back to the good old brush. I did apply several coats of this, and this stuff is typically pretty durable, so it should be fine. After letting that dry overnight, they're finally finished. I'm really happy with how these look overall, with the exception of the missing green one. I think the ones that I do have left really do look cute. I can always redo the green one at some other time, but for now, I think that this is a pretty good result. So all that's left to do is to just switch out all the old covers. Ooh, nudity. There we go. I did go over the screws with my poscas to just kind of help them blend in a little bit better.
Does that make it look better or worse?
I think it helps. This one has to be my favorite of all of them. And next one. Jordan was actually helping me film this and started recording random things in my room.
Why are you recording that one?
Because its life needs to be celebrated.
It's death. What? Oh my gosh, you scared me! What was that?
Beautiful strawberries.
Okay.
Okay, and that's the end of me spending my week painting on my outlet covers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week. Bye!